organization has such a robust history. So I'll just give you just a little snapshot of the March of Dimes. I think a lot of people know the name, but they know it's babies, they know it's mom, but what exactly do we do? So the organization actually was started by President Roosevelt. He had adult polio and he was actually paralyzed because of it. Sometimes he was in a wheelchair and sometimes he walked with a cane. So he actually set out to find a vaccine and eradicate polio. And he founded the organization. It was not called March of Dimes back then. It was called the Infantile Paralysis Organization. And so the way that he raised funds for the vaccine was asking of the American people to send in their change to the White House. And the story goes, the first couple of days, they received like pennies, nothing. But then in the weeks that followed, it was just tons of support. They said they had a stack of envelopes, all the way halfway to the ceiling, and they had to hire more staff to just process and open all these envelopes. But through that funding, we were able to bring 2 polio vaccines to market, which, as we know, in the US, polio is eradicated. Now, there's still some other countries that deal with it. But that's really how the organization started. And then through that time, we transitioned our mission to look at birth defects and how to have healthy moms and healthy babies. And now we're really focused on health equity. So we know that Black and brown moms are 3 times more likely to have pregnancy complications and preterm birth. So we are looking at why that is and how do we close that gap. 2020 was completely virtual, and then we have our big March for Babies in the spring in 2021, and we did go virtual for all of those events as well, even with virtualizing them. So we have 3: Houston, Fort Bend, and Montgomery County. We were still able to raise over $1.2 million for these efforts. So people still were amazingly generous, and we have such great company and corporate partners that we're able to still fund our mission, which was we're so gracious and thankful for that. In this interesting time where we thought all of our fall events would be in person, but it looks like we are pivoting for the fall. So in October right now, we are scheduled to have a remembrance ceremony. So this is a time for families to come together and just really celebrate and remember a child that they've lost. So that was going to be in person, but it looks like we'll be pivoting to a virtual event. And then in October and in November, we're doing some virtual education programs that I can give you that information. It's called It Starts With Mom, and it talks about, hypertension awareness, signs to look out for when you're pregnant, how to eat healthy before, during, and after pregnancy. So we'll be bringing those programs virtual for everyone to be able to view, not only in the greater Houston area, but statewide in Texas. So I'm excited about that. Our website is marchofdimes.org, and just like our name.org. And then I can also provide my email and contact information, as I would love anyone in the community to get in contact with us. We actually have a staff team here of 13. So we have a great team that is working hard every day to help serve our community.